Okay, good morning to you all. Yes, this is the last week's class, isn't it? Last class in this week. So I think you are all happy to hear this class, isn't it? So because I know that all of them happy to hear this class and go to home and sorry, you are in the home itself. So sitting in the home and enjoy your plans, isn't it? Having quality time with your family. And I think this week is to be very tough because we are taking the last three chapters back to back, and we are going to study again this chapter with some of the question and answers in this chapter. Okay, so we are going to study some of the question and answers in this chapter, and I think you will get definitely very tough to study. Okay, because I think we have finished all the three chapters. I think 3 or 4 chapters, isn't it? So I think it is very difficult to study, and you will study it very easily, but having 3 days more, isn't it? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you will get into the class on Monday. And of course, on Friday it is leave. You have a leave, isn't it? So I think you are happy to hear that, and you will get more time. You want to study those things. Okay, it's very serious. You don't take it as a small. Okay, so I think we have studied about amphibia in the last class, isn't it? And so I think sorry. So amphibia, we have studied about amphibia, and we have said that it is differ from fish, isn't it? It is differ from fish, but why it is differ from fish? Lack, yes, scales. Okay, lack of scales is the main difference from the fishes. So, but it have mucus gland in the skin, and the main difference is that the fish is two chambered in case of heart, and in case of amphibia it is three-chambered heart, and it also gives our lungs for the respiration, which will lay eggs for the next generation and may be present in water and land. Not maybe, present in water and land. Main examples are frog, storks, hyla, which means tree frog, and the salamander. Okay, so I think you have understood about amphibia. Next we are getting into the reptilia. Okay, we are getting into the reptilia. Page number is the same one, 93, I think. 93. Yeah. Page number is 93. So, when we are saying about the reptiles, I want to say that reptilia. Yes, when we are saying about the reptilia, I want to say that reptiles that we have seen around us, since we are seeing around us, and I'm thinking that it's very easier to study about reptiles, isn't it? I think some of them are very fond of yeah, some of them very fond of reptiles, some of them very scared about the reptiles, isn't it? So I think we want to say that the reptiles are the group that we can see in our house, surroundings, in surroundings. When we are saying about the Kerala, we want to say that in Kerala, it is very common to see reptiles in homes and in the near surroundings. And then I don't know about the situations in Chennai. I don't know, because the what we say, the houses are very near to near, and it's very difficult to see reptiles in that places. But I think you have seen that. Okay. Um, yes, if you didn't see it in your home, I think lizards will be seen, but you can't see this crocodiles, snakes, turtles, and all those things. Yeah, all those things. So I said that about amphibians. When I said that amphibians, I said that about turtle, isn't it? Is or the crocodiles. Okay, we can say it as an amphibian itself. Sorry, but we want to say that the reptiles is a different group. Okay, reptiles is a different group from when we are thinking about amphibians. Amphibians is a different group, and reptiles is a different group. So when we are stating about the reptilia, okay, the heading is reptilia. Okay, the group is reptilia. The group is reptilia. Okay, take your notebook and write the heading reptilia. So we can start and take your textbook in the page number 22. They are saying about. So when we are saying about reptilia, we want to say that reptilia are cold blooded. When we say about pisces is also we want to say that they are also cold blooded. Cold blooded. Okay, they are also cold blooded. Okay, and what is the specialty? They have scales. Okay, they have scales and breathe through the lungs. Okay, have scales and breathe through legs. Breathe through legs. Okay, breathe through legs. Breathe through legs. Okay, and in this case they have three-chambered heart. In this case also they have three-chambered heart. Okay, three-chambered heart. Okay, okay, and but we want to say that these are most of them. Okay, they are most of them. So some exceptional cases are there. So in case of crocodiles, it is four-chambered. In case of crocodiles, it is four-chambered. Okay, four-chambered heart. Okay, okay. So what is the specialty of reptilia? When we say about the amphibians, when we say about the pieces, all those things we have said, and we have said similar thing in this also. Okay, so we want to say that they lay eggs. Okay, they will lay eggs for making the next generation. They will lay eggs for making the next generation. Okay, so the main specialty of this egg is that the eggs having tough covering. Okay, the egg having tough covering. So what is the specialty of the tough covering? So they don't want to lay eggs in the water. Okay, so they don't need to. So they don't need to lay eggs in water. Okay, they don't need to lay eggs in water. So unlike amphibians. Okay, so the main animals or the main groups that we see in reptiles are, I think you know about reptiles. So I think the main groups that we see in this reptile group is, which all are they? Is which all we can say that the group in the group reptiles. I think you have known about what the examples of reptiles. So you write. Okay, I will give you 1 minute. You think and write about the reptiles. Which are all the reptiles that you know? Okay, 1 minute. You just write in the side of your book or on the back of your book. You just write some names of reptiles. Okay, I think you have right. And the main examples are snakes, turtles. Okay, snake, turtles, lizards, then chameleon and crocodile. Okay, snakes, starfishes, lizards, chameleon and crocodile. So what we have said about reptilia, these animals are cold-blooded, have scales and breathe through lungs. And while most of them have three-chambered heart, and crocodiles only have the four-chambered heart. And it will lay eggs with tough coverings, and so they do not need to lay their eggs in water. So unlike amphibians. The main examples are snakes, turtles, lizards, chameleon and crocodile. Okay, so you write it and after all we will get into the next section. Okay. So not only use this time for if you write speedily, you write it and after all that you read for 2 minutes. Okay, you don't simply sit in your home. Okay, Okay, you don't sit in your home very simply. After all your writing, you just read your textbook and look for the pictures that have given for the reptilia. Okay. Okay. So the next one is apes. The fourth one is the apes. So I think you have understood that the idea. Next is apes. It's easy to study apes. Next is apes. Okay. So this time itself we have studied about three types of vertebrates: amphibia, and reptilia. And in these three we have said that those three are cold-blooded animals. So this is the first one, which is warm-blooded animals. Okay, these are warm-blooded animal. Okay, contains warm-blooded animals. It contains warm-blooded animals and have a four-chambered heart. Okay, have a four-chambered heart. Okay, four-chambered heart. And after that, we want to say that they will lay eggs. Okay, they also lay eggs. Okay, so they will also lay eggs. So when we are saying about that, there will be an outside covering of feathers. Okay, there will be outside covering of it is known as covering, that is known as the feathers. Okay, feathers. And I think that one is warm-blooded animal, four-chambered heart, and having lay eggs. It will lay eggs, and outside covering is known as the feathers. Okay, so I think you have get it now itself what type of animals are present in apes, isn't it? I think you have similarly seen this type of organisms around you, and I think you have get which animals are present in apes, isn't it? I think you don't want any type of what we said, any type of examples for that. And these are as what we said, that they are warm-blooded animals and have a four-chambered heart. They will lay eggs, and there is an outside covering of feathers. Okay, and after that, the next example, next thing is two forelimbs. Okay, it have two forelimbs. Two forelimbs, and they these the peculiarity of those two forelimbs and this covering of feathers, which is helps for the which is modified for flight. Modified for flight. Okay, and the next they will breathe through lungs itself. They have lungs itself, so they breathe through lungs. Okay, so the main example is all birds. Okay, so all birds come to this category. So these are warm-blooded animals and having four-chambered heart. They lay eggs. There is an outside covering of feathers and two forelimbs, and which is modified for the flight, and they breathe through the lungs. And all birds fall in this category. Okay, so you can see examples in your textbook, page number 74, like white stork, okay, male tufted duck, ostrich, all types of ostrich, duck, pigeon, isn't it? Pigeon, crow, sparrow. So you just write the names of birds that you know. Okay, you don't look in this. You can write your own examples for this X. Okay, just write it. Okay, so your thoughts. Okay. Okay. So the next one we are going to study about is mammalia. Okay, the last one, which is mammalia. Okay. Which is mammalia. Yes, what is the specialty of mammalia? When we are saying about mammals, what we can say that they are also warm-blooded animals. Okay, they are also warm-blooded animals. with 4-chambered heart. Okay, this is common. It's okay. So it is a warm-blooded animal, and you can see it is in the 4-chambered heart. So the main peculiarity of mammalia is that they have mammary glands. They have mammary glands. Okay, they have mammary glands. Okay, and this mammary glands is used for the production of milk to nourish their young. For the production of their production of milk for the nourishment of the for the nourishment of the egg. Okay, and main peculiarity is that their skin has hairs as well as sweat and oil glands. In their skin, we want to say that there are hair. Okay, their hair and having sweat and oil glands. Okay, they're having sweat and oil glands. Okay. Okay, so most mammals familiar to us produce live young ones, isn't it? So, however, few of them will, like the platypus and the echidna. Okay, the platypus and echidna will lay eggs. Platypus and echidna will lay eggs. Okay, it will lay eggs. And someone like kangaroo. Okay, someone's like kangaroo and humans will give birth to very poorly developed young ones. Okay, very poorly developed young ones. Okay, so when we are seeing about the examples, okay, some examples of this mammalia group are whale, cat, human, bat and rat. Okay, so what we have said about this mammalia group? Yes, we have said that mammals are warm-blooded animals. Okay, mammals are warm-blooded animals with 4-chambered hearts, and they have mammary glands for production of milk to nourish their young. So their skin has hairs as well as sweat and oil glands. So most mammals familiar to us produce the live young ones. So however, a few of them like the platypus and echidna lay eggs, and some like kangaroos give birth to very poorly developed young ones. Okay, and the main examples for these are whale, cat, human, bat and rat. Okay, so you can read it, and I think we have concluding this class. Okay, means concluding our this week's class here, and I think you are very happy to hear this. And I think on Friday, next day, it is holiday to you, so you use that day to study all those things. Okay, so we'll stop this class now, and you can write it now, and after 2 or 3 minutes I will stop this class, and we'll see you on Monday. Thank you for listening. Stay home, stay safe.